So, how do Indian Safe Harbour rules factor into your approach?
All right. Safe harbor rules are no longer a silver bullet as it used to be before. In order to ensure the integrity of a structure and to ensure the transparency of a structure, the service providers for which services are being retained in India for its activities for foreign transactions should be limited solely for advisory services. So the comfort should be that transactions are happening from an advisory angle from India in an arm's length basis. So the whole idea about ensuring that the safe harbor rule remains a protection for any transaction is based on ensuring third-party advisory services based on primarily on comfort for advisory, and all transactions with whatsoever service providers are to happen at an arm's length basis.
Have Indian courts become more aggressive on substance issues?
Well, the courts have evolved, judgments have evolved, and the recent Tiger Global case says a lot about it, that involved multiple jurisdictions on a specific transactions when it comes to exit. It's a hard reality, but more and more, even the courts look at economic reality over form. We used to say substance over form, but now we talk about economic reality over form. So we have seen, especially in the last judgment, that the court looks at the economic reality of a structure as opposed by just having substance over form. The recent Tiger Global case judgment shows a lot of insights about how structures should be looked at, how assessing economic reality becomes more important than just assessing substance over form. Hence, courts are now clearly understands how economic realities work and the economic essence of any transaction for that matter. Hence, coming to the main point that I've been telling about is all transactions understanding the economic rationale is now key. This is the point that will allow all structures to sustain and operate in the long run.
And lastly, what should funds be doing today or stay audit ready in India?
Treating, documentation, discipline, and delivery. What I call are the 3 Ds in our business. Documentation, discipline, and delivery. All investments, all transactions should be clearly documented, disciplined by way of execution, and delivered by way of all advisory supports and guidance needed to ensure that all trails are clearly established. What we've noted over time is many transactions having proper trails, audit documentations causes a lot of arbitrary situations where the taxman or the courts or regulatory bodies are unable to understand the full transaction flow. So what is important to be ready for an audit at any point in time, first is to ensure your structures are compliant with all economic reality. You will see I'm using the word economic reality as opposed to substance over form because the whole focus is going on economic reality. Ensuring all documentations are clearly documented, validated, and approved, and ensuring that throughout the structure, at all regular intervals, an assessment of the economic reality, substance are always made at all intervals. If these parameters are checked, assessed, implemented, I would rather assume that structures would go in a much, much more favorable situation in any taxments in the future.
Thank you so much, Ashwani, for being with us today. And we hope to learn more about the Indian markets in the future.
Pleasure. Thank you.